Hi, and welcome back to another School Sidekick video. We're going to start by looking at the register page in a little more detail. Firstly, the Behaviour tab. Let's go and see our Year 9 class again, and this time we're going to have a look at the Behaviour tab. Every single lesson in School Sidekick has its own register, but also, as standard, you can have your own personalised behaviour system, which focuses on sustained good behaviour and tracks trends of troubling behaviour. It lets you see who the unsung heroes and unseen troublemakers of a class are. It might even give you a heads up on what mood your class is in that day. At the moment, we've got it set up fairly simply to award each student with a number from 1 to 4 based on their behaviour. We default to 2 for good behaviour, which is what's expected of our students in our school. Let's take a look at what happens when we change some of these. We can put a 1 in for excellent, 3 acceptable, and 4 unacceptable. Now it's up to your school what constitutes a 1 and what sanctions are in place for a 4. These values and descriptors are all fully customisable, so this can work for your school. I can also click around and change the values if I just need to make a couple of changes. School Sidekick also stops me from putting in values that don't exist in our behaviour system, and when we click save, they'll default back to 2s. This is just one example of how your school can set up School Sidekick to be the perfect accompaniment to your school's behaviour policy. We click save at the bottom, and the changes, and also on the right hand side the average behaviour ratings for each student, change instantly. Students will have an average behaviour rating based on their lessons during this day and week, an average behaviour based on the previous 10 lessons with this class and teacher. As we're still early in the year, we're just looking at all lessons from the start of the year involving this class. So as you can imagine, with a full school of teachers and students taking classes, the results from this will become rather illuminating in a short space of time. Form tutors will be able to see a report on their form's behaviour the previous day. Senior members of staff can get reports on behaviour across subject, year, or the whole school, making managing your detentions or reward assemblies a more pleasant experience. Thanks for joining us for another look at School Sidekick. There's so much more to show you. Remember, you can get in touch on Facebook or Twitter, and our details are at the end of the video.